Hello, Mr. Taylor and Plastodon. Getting everything logged in here. Sounds like I got my phone's picking up some radio stuff there, making the monitors all crackly. All right. We'll get going here in just a minute. A few minutes. Okay, Twitch is good to go. Let's check on Kick. Alright, Kick is on. So far, no spam. I'm sure that'll change soon enough. And going to Facebook now. Wonderful, excellent commentary while I do these things. Isn't it? Isn't it? Come on. There we go. Facebook coming on. Okay. Looks like we are good everywhere now. Yes, indeed. All right. So, the plan for today, some of the plan, I'm going to start with more sweep picking practice. I'll wait for people to show up. And then we're going to watch another Martin Miller video. A student of mine informed me I kept calling him Steve Miller. At least every now and then I call him Steve Miller. Whoops. Because he has a video titled Practice Does Not Make Perfect. Now, the last video we watched from Mr. Miller, I definitely disagreed with a lot of what he said. But I do agree that practice does not make perfect. And then we're going to do something I talked about doing a long time ago. Somebody did say, yes, please do that. And it's going to be talking about how we can practice writing our own material by ripping off other material. And Iron Maiden's The Trooper just comes to mind, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to go back to a sweep picking thing that I was using multiple finger, well, basically that shape there. But I'm wondering how well it would go if instead of doing all those different fingers, I use a bar and I roll my ring finger. Because it might actually make things a lot easier when I combine things like stuff like that. Because it certainly sounds fine at that speed, but I still want the accuracy. Damn it. So, guess what we're going to do? And hey, last week we talked about, hang on a second, let me pull this up. Let me pull up the thing here. Hopefully what I'm about to share is A-okay. Don't know why it wouldn't be. Well, last week we were going over some theory with the A Neapolitan major. So here is a song written in A Neapolitan major by Mr. Taylor. So go listen to some A Neapolitan major. It's got some, it's got a really interesting sound to it. And then hopefully one of these Saturdays coming up we'll finally be able to jam to it. It's been almost like a month. You are welcome. All right, let's see how this goes with the finger roll on the Monson, because it definitely feels different working up on the 7-string versus my usual thing. No, it doesn't have any blast beats. It is not, not a metal sounding thing. Brian, hey, hello, you just signed up. We're gonna meet in a week. Good to have you on. You get to watch how I practice. This is how you're gonna be practicing. So yeah, I don't know if you saw the beginning there, but there's a sweep picking shape that I was not doing a finger roll with, because I like to avoid those, but now I'm curious if it'll actually be better when trying to play this specific shape. I also practiced the hell out of it on my 7-string, and now I want to do it on the 6-string, because this is the main instrument, and it definitely feels different playing it on this versus the fanned fret multi-scale 7-string. So anyway, this is that's basically it right here, but I'm going to do it on a 6-string instead. So actually, I'm just going to copy and paste this. Well, I'm going to try the 16th note way instead. Try this. Get a new thing here. Paste that. Wow, it pasted it like that. That's okay. All right, easy fix, easy fix. Okay, some of the air. Let's do that. It's just silly. So yeah, I'm just going to go one repetition through, because that worked really, really well to get over that plateau I once had with the old sweep picking. So let's see where I can get here. Here, I don't want undo that, move that out. Boom. Okay, I think we are good to go. Time to turn that off. Quick bit of water. Mr. Taylor on Facebook. Hello there too. I think you're the only person that's ever on Facebook. All right. Too loud because of the apartment, but hopefully that's loud enough. Alright, metronome ready to go. Turn that down a little bit. And I'm gonna start at 60. So, Brian, I don't know if you've read through that metronome method ebook yet, which I will be giving you. But yeah, we're gonna start lots of stuff at 60. Almost everything. So here we go, trying the finger roll instead of just moving the fingers all over the place. See, that's why I wanted to avoid those finger rolls, because that damn chord crap. Maybe I should do the 8th note first then. Oh, just one time. Okay, so I gotta really watch that pressure. All right, and we're off. is that I can do the roll just fine going up, but coming back down, I keep getting that damn chord. There we go. Almost doesn't feel worth it. Maybe like I can do the roll on the way up, but not on the way back. So I'm going from these two notes right there, rolling the ring finger. So I can go up just fine, but every time I come back down, I keep getting that damn chord. And it's obnoxious. And when I was doing, learning to do the 6-string sweeps that old Eric gave me, I would do something like that for like the major shapes. I would roll on the way up, but then do multiple fingers on the way down. But this kind of shape actually works pretty well with just doing a big old fat middle finger roll on the whole thing. So I'm going to switch gears, go back to 16th notes, and I'm going to roll my finger here, but not on the way back. So I'll go, since you're following along, Mr. Brian, I'm going to go first, fourth, ring finger, middle, first, pinky, back to the first, and then middle, ring, middle, pinky, first. So first and fourth, ring finger, roll, middle finger, first finger, pinky, first, middle finger, ring finger, middle finger, pinky, first. Alright, let's get back down to old 60 and try this again. Ugh. I guess either way it would work. Uh-oh. We got a retracted message. Why does it say that? Why does YouTube always do that? Like, just let the message be gone. It's like when that WhatsApp text messaging stuff tells you this message was deleted. It's like, well, why would you tell the person who can't see it that it was deleted? Because now you just wonder, what the hell was it? All right, well, there we go. I mean, that feels pretty good doing it that way. With the roll on the way up, but not on the way down. All right, that's enough practice for today. Time to get into the reaction stuff while I eat and drink protein. Because I got a protein bar to finish and a protein shake to finish because I've hardly had anything to eat today. Isn't that fascinating? Maybe not, probably not. Okay, got to grab a couple things here while we get ready for this. Brian, how fast did you get? How did it go? Watch later. There we go. Yep, not watching that one yet. Here we go. That's and one other thing before we get going here. Slow is a good idea. Sweet picking is very, very difficult. Okay. Don't want that yet. Let's turn that metronome off for now. Look, we got a bit of a mess there. That looks great. I'll at least get the plate out of here. Yeah, we are not done moving into this place. Not at all. All kinds of stuff all over still. Oh well. At least we can hear the music and everything. Yes, yes. All right, so good old disclaimer time. So, gonna do a live reaction here to a Martin Miller video. These live reaction videos are never done with the intent to tear anyone down, even though I'm sure many people still think I'm being a jerk. In these types of videos, we see if we agree, disagree, and what I can add to the conversation to further help people get better at guitar. Is this coattail riding and clout chasing? Absolutely. If doing so helps me reach more and more people and grow the channel, damn it, I'm gonna do it. So, there we go. I'm so glad I finally wrote that thing, so I have to remember what the hell to say. So here we go. I have watched one Martin Miller video, and it was about getting faster at guitar. And I really, really disagreed with that video. Very much so. Still do, and will probably always disagree with what he had to say. But I do agree that practice does not make perfect. In fact, only perfect practice makes perfect. And I like how another guy said it, practice makes permanent. So, if you practice sloppy and with tons of mistakes, well, you're just going to be getting good at playing sloppy and making tons of mistakes. It's very important to practice with accuracy. That's very important. Very important. But let's see what this video is about. This is the first time watching it. Once again, this is from Martin Miller. The video is titled Practice Does Not Make Perfect and was released 6 years ago. All right, and he's with guitarist Marco Malatin, and he's giving him a spontaneous guitar lesson Martin is giving Marco a spontaneous guitar lesson. All right, here we go. Let's see what he has to say.
But maybe I can teach you what Tom and I were just talking about.
I know some of it because.
Let me just make an introduction real quick.
Yeah, let's make an introduction.
Hey guys, it's Martin Miller here from GitCon 2017, and I'm sitting down with Marco. Marco, introduce yourself to the audience, please.
I'm Marco.
Oh yeah.
I'm the Marco, GitCon Marco.
GitCon Marco.
GitCon Marco, yeah. So, I'm Marco.
And you're a guitar player?
I'm a guitar
We
player.
literally just met, really, so
Yeah.
it's very off the cuff, this one.
I'm more of an engineer, so I'm also a guitar player. I
should
do
have
a lot of stuff. Yeah, I do a lot of stuff, and I really love this stuff. And I really love your playing.
Oh, thank you very much.
And we had Tom Quayle here now. I love his playing also.
Oh, he's amazing.
Yeah, and those are pretty interesting concepts you're talking about. So
Exactly. Maybe we can tie these videos in with each other. So what Tom and I just talked about is maybe I can just give you a little insight and show you some examples or teach you a system. So how do you visualize the fretboard? What's your
well, the thing is,
mental image?
yeah, I've been playing guitar for 6 years, so that's not a long time. But I took my time to practice and stuff. I didn't study music. I mean, officially, I didn't go to university. I studied engineering, but I got my engineer's degree. But I was really interested, in solfeggio. You call it
Solfeggio, yeah.
Solfeggio, yeah. And harmony, music theory, all the stuff. So, I read books.
Nice.
I have a lot of books, and I practice a lot.
So let me just if I were to give you a chord.
So Martin asked him, how do you visualize the fretboard? What's his name again? Marco. Did Marco answer him? Was that like a long-winded way of saying I don't visualize the fretboard? I don't think he visualizes the fretboard. Let's, yeah.
Okay. Could you play me the
Of course.
fifth? Like if you were in that position, how many options would you have?
No.
Here.
Would you know all combinations of fifths that you can find on the fretboard?
Yeah, I would. The thing is, I can, sometimes I can do it, but I'm not really fast at it.
Okay.
So now, I'm kind of intimidated with the guy, but the thing is, I can do it if I practice it. So if I have a song I have to play, on a gig or something,
You can prepare it.
I can prepare it.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, that's like the beauty of the fretboard visualization system tied in with ear training is really that you can not only play what you can play, what you prepared, but you can also play what you cannot play.
yeah.
So if the better you master this system, it becomes just a matter of, I want to sound like this.
Yeah.
And you just do it.
Yeah.
Of course, that's in a perfect world. You never get to that point where you can play everything you hear, you just get it out immediately, but you get better at it. So what I would recommend to you is to,
Practice.
because first of all, yes, but there's the saying, practice makes perfect. I disagree with that. I think perfect practice makes perfect. So it doesn't just matter, just the fact that you put the time in doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
Now, all right. He said it. He said what I say. So Martin and I agree on this one. I highly doubt Martin Miller's ever going to watch this or even knows who the hell I am. But there's a contradiction, I feel. In the previous video we watched, do you remember what Martin said to his students when it comes to just trying to play faster? I don't remember what it is word for word, but he basically said, don't worry if you make mistakes when you're trying to push your speed. But he just now said in this video, only perfect practice makes perfect. So why would he say perfect practice makes perfect, and then in another video say, don't worry about making mistakes? Maybe it has to do with the subject matter. Plastodon, you are a master of long-winded answers. Well, hey, it's good to be a master of something. And I am correct. All right, well, there you go. So there's a contradiction there. Perhaps he changed his... I don't remember how long ago that other video was put out. But let's find out. Is it a subject? Does he go with the whole only perfect practice makes perfect by subject? Let's find out.
You can become better at the wrong thing. So, since you already have a lot of knowledge, for you, I think it's more of a matter of just taking it and organizing it a bit better, right? So if you were to play, if I just asked you to play the fifth of A, why don't you find all the fifths of A on all the string combinations? So, let's say we start in the low D string, okay? The first intuition you usually have is to go for this one, but how about this one? So you got these two, right?
Right.
And let's go to the A string. Let's not use the open strings. This one might be a bit unusual for you, right? You don't usually fret fifths like that.
Yeah, and it's
If you-
unusually if I'm out of tune, you know, that's also
That's
unusual.
also, that's not helpful. I'll pitch correct it, don't worry. So, but let's say you were to play an A major triad. Right? You play this a lot, so you can think of this thing as being part of this triad, of course. So there's your fifth, right?
Yeah.
D string. Do it yourself. Try to find out.
Well, we've got an 8 here.
Yeah, you got
We
the
can
classic power chord.
Yeah, powerful stuff. Then
And another option.
another option.
Yes.
This one, this is like, I think of it as the Jimi Hendrix one.
That's awesome. If you have that association, it's going to help you learn a lot.
Yeah.
It makes it much easier.
And
Okay.
this one is really useful and it sounds different.
It sounds very different.
Very different. Very different.
Like all the whenever
harmonic
I do like studio work and I do some overdubs with some shimmery sounds, I always if I don't want to add too much clutter, and especially if it's slightly overdriven tone.
Yeah.
Sounds so much better than.
Oh, I like the little the triller.
Yeah.
Show me.
I mean, that's just surface stuff, you know. That's just not really the issue. It's just makeup.
It sounded really nice.
Yeah, it just gives it a bit of a vocal
Yeah,
quality.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
but let's just move on. You're the kind of guy who needs a lot of focus, I think, when they
Yeah.
practice. Get distracted very easily.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
Because I do 10 things
Yeah.
at one time. So
Yeah, so that's maybe if you can find like a headspace. Maybe it helps you to get a really good rehearsal room or something. You know what I do when I practice? I drive out. I have.
I get the feeling this supposed lesson here he's doing needs a bit more focus, because now practice does not make perfect. And where are we going with this? What are we trying to practice here? Just finding fifth intervals? Where is the structure, damn it? Deaf World, hello, Sal. 30 minutes late, but you made it. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And that's okay. Haven't missed much. Just did some sweep picking practice to start. We're not even halfway into this video. 6 minutes in, and it's almost 30 minutes long.
I have a rehearsal room that's like 25 minutes from my place, and when I go there, I really practice because I don't have any internet. I don't have a fridge that's tempting me. I don't have a television.
Yeah.
I just drive there and I completely zone in. I can go 3 hours at a time, no problem. So, G string.
Right. G string. Well, we can A here, we can E here, we can open.
Exactly.
Then we have this
And
is E.
it's only the B string missing.
It's only
B string missing. I think that was all combinations, right?
well, I have an A here and I don't know what's useful.
That's it.
Kind of.
It doesn't really work because it's not transposable.
Okay.
So we're not too interested in that. It's a nice trick, but it only works in this key, and you know, what you could do is you could extend it to the major and minor triads.
Okay.
Okay, so you could go same deal. Start with a little E string. Find this triad. Find this triad. Find this triad.
So we have this one, we have this one, and we have.
And the one starting with first finger.
Oh, the like.
So it's kind of
Because I don't see your guitar at the moment, but okay, that is the one. It's okay.
The cool thing is you can kind of remember this. There's always, like, if you're playing triads and scales, there's 3 types of fingerings usually.
Okay.
There's one that starts with the first finger.
Yeah.
There's one that starts with a second or third finger, and
Okay.
there's one that starts with a fourth finger.
I get it.
So we have the first one starting with the fourth finger.
Okay.
The other one starting with the second finger. The other one starting with the first finger. If you remember that, you can kind of find all the combinations of those triads.
Yeah.
So that's really cool. Transpose it to the other strings.
Okay.
And by the way, at any point, this is not a finger exercise. At any point, I want the guys in our virtual audience and you to be aware of what notes you're playing in relation to the root notes. So I want you to here's my third, here's my fifth, here's my third, here's my fifth.
Yeah, I always think in intervals, and usually I have problems when I play, you know, B major or C sharp majors to name the notes. I have to think.
And that doesn't matter.
I have to think a bit, and I have a lot of.
He just said that he wants you to think of the notes you play in those chords, and then he just said it doesn't matter what notes. Maybe he meant it's important to know the intervals, but not the notes. In case anyone's wondering what the hell he's talking about, triad. He's talking about your major. Well, he's using a major chord triad right now. So, basically the first, third, and fifth note of a major scale at the same time. That's what he's talking about when he says major triad. So he's using an A for the root note there. So you take your A major scale, which is A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp. Back to A. And you're only playing the first, third, and fifth note. So the A, C sharp, and E. A, C sharp, E. So the first shape he's talking about is basically this chord here, but he was just playing one note of it at a time and not letting anything ring out together. And then the other one, he's playing like this. Basically, you got each note on different strings, or intervals on different strings. So you got the root, the third, and the fifth. And then what he does is he takes the fifth interval that's here on the D string, and he moves it to the A string. So now it's this. So it was this. Now it's this. And then what he does is he takes the third interval, which was on the A string, and he moves it over here to the E string. So again, he takes this one, he leaves the first and fifth interval in the same place, and he takes the third and moves it down here. So he starts with this, he moves the fifth interval down one string, then he moves the third interval down one string. You can also do it like this. So, there we go.
A lot of friends that don't think in intervals. They know the notes. They know the notes really fast, but I don't get it. I prefer the
But
intro.
the notes that don't matter so much because music is relative. I give you an easy example. What song? You might have heard of it. I'm not sure. Okay, it's Happy Birthday, right? What is this song?
Same
It's
song.
the same song. I just played in 2 different keys.
Yeah.
It does not matter. The only thing that matters is the relation of notes to each other and to the underlying harmony. So music is really relative. You can think of it. You take a picture by, let's say, Van Gogh, and you put it on your phone, and you turn down the brightness on your phone.
Anyone else hear the power tools in the background of this video? Sounds like someone has a drill going on.
Okay.
The relation of the colors from one to another remains the same, right? So you can still recognize the shapes, you can still recognize the picture. It's just become darker,
Yeah.
or it becomes brighter,
Yeah.
but the relations remain the same.
Yeah.
The only
Well, that's a good analogy. I didn't think of it.
The only time where it really matters, where the actual key matters, it's not the only time. It's certain intricacies with instruments, like in our case, open strings, or with horn players who prefer to play in B keys as opposed to flat keys as opposed to sharp keys. Those kind of, or vocal range, those kind of things. Those matter. But when we as guitar players, and especially as people who want to improvise, we only care about the relation of one note to the next, or of a note to the root note of the chord that we're playing over.
Yes.
So with that in mind, go through all the strings and then try those permutations. I actually, do it an octave up, because with the open string we're kind of limited.
That's right, you can't do that. Yeah, maybe it was Paul Gilbert. I thought about saying that, but you did it. You did it for us. So yeah, it's going to be different for each set of strings. Because like, you basically, this is how the A major triad looks here. This is how it looks here, starting on the A string. But when you go to the D string, it looks like that. And then we go to the G string, looks like that. But, nope, this one next. Anyway, that's kind of messy. I'm fiddling around at this point. Let's see if he does the exact same thing.
So start with the one on the 4th finger. Make it very systematic.
Right?
Yeah, this one I would play with the 4th finger, for example.
This one?
Yeah, that's the 4th finger shape, exactly.
So?
Now you grab the one with the 2nd finger, you could go through all the fingers. That's why I'm saying, I think you're a kind of guy who has a lot of energy, a lot of talent, and you would maximize all of that if you just became a little bit more systematic with those things. So go through all the finger combinations, very systematically, in order.
Yeah.
Don't fool around, let the system guide you. And when that's for practice, and when you play, whatever. You just do whatever.
Yeah, whatever feels comfortable.
Whatever feels comfortable, you go the path of least resistance. But when you practice, it's good to put yourself in a very small cage sometimes and practice in very with a very specific set of rules.
Oh, I get it.
Cool. So with that in mind, D string.
D string?
Starting with the 4th finger, which is actually going to suck. Yeah, it's better in the
because it's that one.
So it's actually the 3rd or the 4th finger.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to make it too confusing.
Get it. And then we have the...
Okay, nice. B string.
B string now.
Did he skip the G string?
Yeah, 2 fingers.
Yeah.
There was a string skip.
The G string.
Yes.
Talk about just being systematic. We forgot the G string. Sorry.
So.
He called himself out. That's good.
All right.
And...
Okay, go an octave.
Swap.
Go an octave up. Okay, let's start let's start out systematically. Start with the one.
Yeah, I forgot this
Start finger. And the last one is kind of shitty. The one with the first finger is really shitty.
Yeah, it's kind of because of these two things.
So you see, this is the thing I clarify. Some people in your position might go, yeah, I know all of this. You know, I've had those types of students, but I'm not saying you're one of them. But what you saw, you had a little bit of extra thought on the key and B string. In improvisation, you don't have the time for that extra thought.
He
looked so upset just a second ago.
Yeah, it's kind of because of these two things.
So you see, this is the thing I clarify. Some people in your position might go, yeah, I know all of this. You know, I've had those types of students, but I'm not saying you're one of them. But what you saw, you had a little bit of extra thought on the G and B string. In improvisation, you don't have the time for that extra thought. Yeah. That's why I taught this stuff over and over. I wrote a damn book about it, and I practiced it like mad. Yeah. And I still repeat it. I repeat it all the time, because if I don't, it just fades away. Yeah. And you, as an improviser, you don't have the time to have those little
of course. That's the thing, you know. I kind of know my way around, and I know the ball.
Keyword is
kind of know, yeah. Exactly. Well, I can use it in some simpler chord, you know, simpler harmonies.
I gotta say, this is not what I was expecting when it came to this video. So, seems like the whole idea is about practicing your different triad variations, different triad shapes. Alright.
But if it gets, you know, difficult, I'm not fast enough, I have to practice that. Yeah. If I practice, maybe I can prepare something, you know.
Yeah. And even the preparation process becomes much quicker when you have those tools.
What I want to say is that sometimes it's easier when you have an actual gig to play this stuff.
Yes.
And my problem always was
to apply it,
because I practice this at home. And then I go to a gig and I play 3 chords, and people want, you know, they want all the all the flashy stuff, and it's like, okay, you know, I can do that, but that sucks.
I refer to this as passive skills.
He said I can do that, but it sucks. Stupid flashy bullshit. Kind of asshole just plays flashy stuff. I don't know, Candy. I don't know anything about this guy. Do any of you know anything about this Marco Malatin or Malton? It's got to be Malatin. Well, goddamn. I wonder if he actually can do the flashy stuff and he really just doesn't like it. Perhaps we'll never know.
Do you play Diablo by any chance?
Oh, Diablo 2 I played. Not the third
there's
part.
passive skills and there's active skills.
Okay.
And the active skills are the skills that you activate, where you go, I'm going to do it now. Okay. And this one is a passive skill, meaning that everything you do is undermined by those fundamentals. You don't have to actually go, I got to play this shape now. You don't have to do that.
I understand that.
By practicing and letting it sink in, I'm talking about months and years. Let it sink in for months. It'll just inform every decision that you make on the fretboard. It will be double checked with your knowledge that you already have about it. So you don't worry about applying it. It'll just happen. If you wanted to apply it, let's say you're very good with triads now. What you could do.
What is with this studio? Is somebody sweeping behind the camera now?
Is you could take a cadence.
Okay.
And learn to find the different inversions of that. Well, first of all, you should do the same thing with minor really quickly before we move on. So do the same thing with A minor and all those fingers. Yes.
He done forgot what to do. Your take on this is Martin Miller is not the teacher for this guy. Fair enough. I just wonder, like, did he even want the lesson? Like, whose blog is this? GitCon 2017. Maybe I need to look up what GitCon is. Because in the description, Sitting down with GitCon, Marco Malatin, and giving him a spontaneous lesson on guitar, fretboard visualization, triads, cadences, intervals, etc. Thanks to Henning Pauli, aka screen name, for making this happen. I was gonna do this. He already forgot the order to go. You gotta play this first. Then you move the fifth interval down. And then you move the flat third interval down. And you do it over here. You can do it over here too. Probably can't do that on the acoustic though. You don't think there's enough frets. And the A minor over here. And then you got this. I don't think he's going to do that part, though. Because it's flashy. And it's stupid.
There is something?
Yes, you missed the one with the second finger.
Yeah.
So the cool thing is, except for the B string, you know when you miss something because you always have to have three fingerings.
Yeah.
For the
Yeah.
What was that reaction?
If you ever question yourself, you're.
I don't know, it just felt like he's like, yeah. It's like, get on with it. Yeah, I think you're right, Plastodon. I don't think this guy's having it. He's like, yeah, I got it. Don't fucking care. Anyway, maybe he's just being polite at this point, just trying, kind of like letting him talk.
By yourself and you're not with an instructor. You know that you have them all when you have three on one root note.
Yeah.
So try the A string.
I did.
Go really quickly through all of them.
Right.
Yes. You could change fingerings around a little bit, but we're going up to top because we'll run into it.
Okay.
Actually, no, we won't. With the minor, we won't.
That's true, because you have the open string. Wouldn't happen with the major either.
We have this one. Yes, and
So basically that's
exactly.
it.
Yeah, that's it. Let's just plow ahead.
Okay.
Who are they looking at?
Are you familiar with the inversions of triads?
Yeah.
First, second, and
Here's
first
a
and
cool
second.
exercise. First of all, just to familiarize ourselves with it, we're starting on the low E string again,
Okay.
and let's play all the inversions of the C major triad. Like this.
Okay.
One after another.
And the third one was.
This one.
Oh.
The one with the third.
Yeah.
In the bass.
Yeah.
Cool. Now here comes the challenge. I'm going to play a cadence for you, and you're going to impose the triads over that. I'm going to play.
Okay.
That is our cadence, right? So we have. It's like the Hollywood. Okay. And you're going to start this inversion and change your the triads that you're playing along.
Okay.
So for the first example, it'll go. And you do this in three different positions, starting on the low E string.
Okay.
Find it. Okay. Maybe talk about the thought process. Maybe it's always helpful to name those things. So tell me what inversion of what triad you're playing.
Okay. This is the second inversion
Yes.
of the C major chord. Here we have the first inversion of the F major chord. And then if I played, well, I could play this one here. That would be the same. But
Yeah, that's moving too far.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd like to keep it close.
Okay. Then I could just play.
Exactly.
the first inversion.
That's not first inversion, that's root position.
It's a root position. Oh.
Martin, correct.
Yeah, it's confusing. It's confusing.
We're a little exhausted here at VidCon, so yeah, that was stupid. So.
Maybe that's why he looks upset. He says he's exhausted. Perhaps something has been going on. GitCon. A guitar convention? Maybe that's what it's all about. And it's not somebody's podcast. Okay, that makes sense.
Sweet. There you go.
The thing is, this is really interesting. I should really practice this a bit because I didn't practice this, like thoroughly practicing it, knowing it. Because at a raw gig, you don't do this.
But you can do it at funk gigs and all. You can do it at funk gigs, or when you're playing with a second guitar player. Let's say you're the first guitar player and the second guitar player. You play Pink Floyd cover. And I bet you can't do this on this guitar. Oh, not bad at all. Cool. Anyway, so let's say you're playing in this inversion. I'm the second guitar player. I don't just want to double what you're doing.
Okay.
Look at this chord, and I recognize there's.
So you use a minor 7, yeah?
Yes.
Okay.
That's like the original chord.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you recognize what this is?
Oh.
That's like
Second
the
inversion
the
minor.
in the seventh
Yeah,
chord, right?
yeah.
Do you recognize that?
That's like an Aeolian, maybe I could call it that, or an A sharp.
It's much simpler.
Um,
This is an F major triad first.
F major sharp. Yeah.
So, what we learned from this is if we have a D bass note and we put a major triad.
Oh shit, it is. I fucked it up.
Note,
Okay.
we get a minor.
Yes, it
seventh
is F
chord.
major triad. Shame on me.
So
Shame
you have
on
D,
me.
You think the third of D, the minor third, is an F.
That's the third.
If we play an F major triad on that D bass, we get a D minor 7.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, you can just run through the inversion.
We had that. And then we
Do
had.
this one.
Oh.
Oh, there's about 9 minutes left here.
You can also do this. It's the same thing.
Yeah, I didn't know you went down the E, B, and G.
So if I were to play this, you can play something up here. And you can be out of the way of the other rhythm player.
Right. So maybe you can demonstrate that. I'll be the David Gilmour background, and you do your stuff. Okay.
Okay.
1, 2.
I like that. He just took over. He's like, you know what? I'm going to play the simple stuff. You do the hard shit.
3, 4.
Version higher.
I'm sorry, but to me that doesn't fit very well. It just sounds like two separate parts. It doesn't blend very well to my ear. How about you guys? Does that sound good to you? If it does, that's totally fine. But to me, like, I wouldn't want to play that.
And one version higher.
Okay, well, that last part sounded good to me because it sounded more like a solo, not just playing chords on top of chords. That last part made more sense to me. That part, I think, sounded pretty good. But the other stuff where he's just playing these other triad inversions on top of it, it's just like, well, it's just more of a clash than anything. Like, it didn't work as a cohesive piece in my ear, and not Plastidon didn't like it either. So there you go.
See, it gives me a couple of options. It gives me tons of options of chords that I can play on top. I don't have to play actually play rhythms all the time. I can just go.
You know what's really interesting about this stuff? When you play it, it sounds.
I don't know what Martin Miller does, like what he does musically or whatnot. But I would imagine he doesn't do. He's not a metal guy. It sure doesn't seem like it. I don't know. Maybe I get the impression he's more jazz oriented, which is fine. But it's like, where are you going to be just like doing random rhythm on top of the rhythm? Where are you going to be having to like make up stuff on top of what the rhythm is? Like, the song is the song, right? Like, is it supposed to always be like this big improvisation thing all the time? So, the rhythm progression needs to be more better. Not just better, but more better. Alright, 7 minutes left.
Sounded like parts, the actual parts of the rock solo, and what we can concur from this conversation is that even the rock guys know their shit. Even at
Yeah,
least
when
some of them.
I made a little trick. I made a little
Stupid
super
rock
position.
guys.
I went from an F triad to a G triad. And that's also, you know, the old, some people mindlessly play this. Exactly, but you can just think of it
Yeah, I always heard the story.
make this exercise up. That's not really, it's just up.
I need to rewatch these videos.
It's very simple though. Take it in verb
No,
and
I-
just move the shape up a little.
I get what you're
And
doing,
you
I
can,
just
you can even make solo lines out of that if you have triad pairs.
Moving from
So if I were to figure this out a bit slowly.
right, so it was
It's kind of already sweet.
like,
And
I
if
just
you-
need to practice it.
Yeah,
a lot.
exactly. Exactly. That's really it. And that's really the fun of it. And you can even do it with like larger. Do you know the open position triads? Exactly. So if you know all those inversions, you can go F, G, F, G, F, G, F, G, F, G, F, G, and maybe resolve it to D1. So you can build
Sounds really good.
build some
I like
variants
those
with that.
sounds. I like those open chords. Oh, yeah, open, how we going?
Open position.
Open position. It's
Wide
like,
interval.
yeah, you just, I know, the second interval is on and off the wire.
I think of it as dropping an interval. So if I have a triad, it's a C major triad. I think of it as dropping a note. And then I build the inversions from that by
Okay.
higher. So
I'm going to speed this up.
up to the root. I take the third up to the fifth. I take the third up to the fifth. And I take the root up to the third, which gives me. And so the camera just shut off. I have no idea where it shut off, but I'll just repeat the last couple of things I've shown you. We're talking about the open position triads where we go instead of doing this, we go do this. And what I do with this, I take it through all the combinations of sets of strings, which I also showed in my improvisation masterclass. If you want to get into this a little bit more, we'll go up here. So I would start figuring this out with the E, A, and D string first. And now you have to pretend you've never heard me say this before. So next combination would be I take the highest note up the string, which gives me this figure. And I take this note up the string, which gives me E, D, and G string. Take the highest note up again, get E, D, and G string. It's the same set of notes always. Okay. Now I've exhausted all the possibilities on the lowest string. I go on to the next string, which would be A, D, and G string, which gives you this fingering, which is
That's a hell of a stretch.
stretchy, but you use it to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's still cool for
Yeah,
that. It's
yeah,
just
That looks painful.
next string you get a much nicer figure. Move the D string up a string, G string, and this. The highest note up a string, and so on. That's how you figure all of that out. And you do the same thing for minor, etc. And you got a ton of fingerings to work with. At some point, you don't even think so much about the actual fingerings anymore. You just think about, I have my third here, I need a fifth, and your fretboard knowledge, if it's developed enough through all the triad practice, you just find those notes on the fly.
Yeah, yeah, I get it.
And we just had this cadence practice that we didn't really go through with because we didn't have that much time here. But we had the C major, the F major, the G major. You can do the same with bite notes. So you go C major, F major, G major, C major. Take it to the next inversion. sets of strings.
And it sounds awesome.
Yeah,
So
very classical, very pretty.
yeah, and the harmony is so simple, and it sounds really, you know, it sounds, I don't want to say complicated, it sounds full, it sounds complete.
You know, you compare the close voicing to the white as well. It's a whole different beast. You know, this close voice. Same musical content, but this.
Yeah, the voice is different.
It sounds more orchestral, if you will, because
Okay.
you have bass, you have cellos, and the upright basses.
Yeah.
You got like the horns, the wind, and on top you have the violins. If you want to do an orchestra, it's a very broad spectrum of pitch, because you can cover this area of pitch as opposed to this area of pitch. So that's very cool.
Very
Yeah, and obviously you can practice all those conversions. Like randomly, when I go randomly up the fretboard, so you have to descend in a different way than I have.
Yeah.
I got it. Same thing, G. Yeah, so until you become comfortable with it, and you can build beautiful chord melodies out of it.
So now I'm going to lose how many years of my life to practice that?
Since you already got a ton of knowledge up your sleeve, as again I said, you just need to become a bit more disciplined, figure out all the combinations of stuff. Just sit down very carefully, don't distract yourself, and don't worry about applying it too much. If you have a song, if you have a new song, you get a sheet. That's a nice chord progression. Let's try that with.
Oh yeah.
You can do that, but other than that, just keep working at it, and it'll just sink into your subconscious at some point, and you just one day you'll find yourself at a gig and you just go, hey.
Oh, right, man.
Thanks, Michael, for sitting down.
Thank you very much.
I shall see you again very soon.
I'll be seeing you a lot. I mean, I'll be looking at a video a couple of times. Yes.
Sweet.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, guys. See you around. Bye-bye.
If you finally want to take your guitar play...
Oh, shit. It's our old friend Berth, who we are not going to watch today. He'll be back. All right. Well, that was definitely not what I was expecting. So yeah, based all about triad in voicings. Not really voicing. There were some voicings there. Just figuring out triads all over the place. Didn't really talk about practice does not make perfect. There was a video where he speaks more about how he sees the cage system, where he's in his C system, which resonates a bit more, I feel. Yeah, I think the 3-note per string and cage stuff is all just fine to see the fretboard there. Although I was quite underwhelmed with learning about what the cage system really was. The whole idea of just seeing chord tones, like, do you really need those scales to do it? Like, no. And there's all kinds of ways to visualize the fretboard. Well, there we go. All fine stuff. Definitely went a bit too fast, I think, for most people to understand what's really going on there, but I guess that was just kind of the part of the video, or the style of video for the two of them sitting there talking. But there you go. Is it good to figure out different triad shapes all over the place? Sure, absolutely. And I have my students do that too. But instead of doing all those different things at once, we tend to stick with, starting with moving the chord shapes up and down the fretboard and doing progressions with them. So actually put them in like a musical sense instead of just triad, just one right after the next all over the place. Start with that. We do cover the inversions as well. And doing all the arpeggios. And then eventually move on to all kinds of other chords. Well, there we go. Deaf World. And good news, been making more progress with the death metal EP. Very good. Songwriting is almost complete. Good. And in additions to my leads, making progress too. That is excellent news. Well, very good. Okay, so the next part of the stream planned was about stealing. Basically using what's already been done to create your own music. I figure, well, Iron Maiden's The Trooper is always popping up into my brain for this sort of idea. So that being said, anyone who's watching this, if you have another song you want to try with this kind of idea, if you like this idea, we'll do more of it. Because you don't need to know the song in order to make your own thing. You basically just need like an idea of like what's like just kind of a sound of what's happening, and then make your own thing with it. So I'm going to like talk about like examples you can do and whatnot. And it would be great if we actually have a song that I definitely do not know, because I do know the Trooper fairly well. I don't know the solo, but I used to know parts of it. But anyway, yeah, it'd be good like for a song like maybe I've never even heard, and then I do something where I make a thing by ripping it off just to show how you can do those sorts of things. Now, I'm not saying you should be writing albums and, you know, really good. This is not about putting out actual songs of your own. This is basically just like a songwriting practice idea, just to kind of help you get ideas and get used to writing your own stuff. Because if you're going to literally try and like write albums where you just rip off everybody, you will probably get called out for it, and that won't be very good. But this is just something you can try for fun in order to get the creative juices flowing and all that. What do I think of Ben Eller's videos? Uncle Ben. Ben Eller. Right, that guy. I don't think I've seen a single one. I know who he is, but I haven't done it. In the words of Dimebag Darrell, we don't steal risks, we just borrow off each other. Oh, there you go. I mean, yeah, that kind of happens. All right, I'm going to minimize that. We're going to get Guitar Pro up and running here. Okay, so let's have a good old-fashioned bathroom break, and then we'll get rolling with this. So, leave them questions. Leave them comments. We'll discuss stuff when I get back and start ripping off some tunes. Okay, here we go. Well, that's good. So the Testament guitar solo practice is helping out a lot. Yeah, that's not an easy thing to get down. All right, here we go. That's gone. Let's go over to this instead. Is there anyone on the stream right now that is unfamiliar with Iron Maiden's The Trooper? There we go. Okay. All right, probably should have... How do I want to do this? Can I do it like this? I want to have like a window showing it as well. Time to get a fourth monitor. Time to get a fourth monitor. Just bringing up the song right now. Yeah, we're not gonna have the silly video on. I'll just use this, and time to get demonetized. So I've done a little bit of this with a couple students. Like you can take, again, the song ideas or get song ideas by trying to make stuff that sounds like what you already enjoy. Because if you want a song to sound somewhat like another song, it's a great idea. Or just to kind of get some, again, get the old creative juices flowing here. Let's see, I need to add a new window. Definitely not that one. That's the one. Okay. Yeah, we'll see if this idea actually takes off. Or when I mentioned it like a while ago, somebody did comment saying, please do that. I was like, all right, well, let's give it a try. So, again, you don't have to know the song in order to make this happen. So probably next time I'll choose something that I definitely do not know to really show what the heck I'm talking about. Alright, so for those who don't know the song, let's listen to it just to start. So, a good thing to do is just start with what that rhythm is. So just some kind of like da 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 da. So like being able to like sing along with it or make some kind of percussive singing or whatever is a good idea. So let's listen to that again. So having something like that. So there's all kinds of things you can do at this point. Because what they're doing is but it doesn't have to be exactly like, well, it can't be exactly like that. But you can have something with that rhythm. So you don't even have to do like the hammer-ons applause or anything unless you want to. But you can start with just like single note stuff, like, or even chords. There's a Star Wars piece that's got that rhythmic pattern. I don't even know it, but there you go. So, all kinds of ideas you can come up with there. So let's see. Kind of like that. That's what I'm going to start with. So I'm just using that same rhythm and coming up with my own little thing there. Of course, if you're going to program it into Guitar Pro like I am, it's very, very helpful to actually know how to count rhythm. Because if you don't, yeah, you're going to have a rough time figuring out what the hell it is. Really? It's only that fast? I thought it was faster than that. Everybody gets faster. So let's start putting that in. 1 and 2. So that's 1 and 2E and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2E and 1 and 2E and 3 and 4 and 2E and 3. Go back to that one. You can sing it into Studio One, then have Melodyne convert it to MIDI. Oh, that's a hell of an idea. I guess you better have that set up, though. Huh. Yeah, that could work. That is a good idea. Now, this is the key of G or E minor. And it doesn't have to be the same key as the song either, because, again, if you don't even know, you just... But I do know, and I want to have it somewhat like it, so I'm going to do it. 1, 2, 3, so, and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 1, 3 and 4 and... Korn took inspiration off the main riff of Morbid Angel's Lion's Den on their song Ball Tongue. That I did not know. Huh. I've never used Logic. I'm going to palm mute all that. And then that ties over. Actually, I probably should, yeah, let me do it like this. It'll be easier to fix. Yeah, there we go. We got us an intro. You see, I'm not too familiar. Well, I don't listen to a lot of Korn, so maybe that's why I never noticed. My wife is a big fan, though. Alright, we got us an intro there. You can do it the exact same amount of times as the song or whatnot. I don't want to get too crazy with this though, but there we go. There's an idea for the starts. Let's listen to the next lick. It's a hit. Good. We can quit right now. Where is it? There it is. So like listening to this, a simple thing to do, be just like so coming up with something like that. I like that. So that comes in like on the upbeat there, right? Up, I'll answer your question in just a sec. I don't want to forget what I just did. So how many times am I doing that? 3? 1, 2, 3 there. Yes, 3 times. I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. Ah, God, that's why, because that is this part. Derp. Got it. That's why. Okay. Get rid of that. Cut and put you here. Okay, there we go. Alright, so you said recently you've been listening to Shadows Fall, Exodus, and some Judas Priest. About me. Recently jamming to. Well, today at the gym I was listening to a Halloween album. It was called Seven Sinners. I remember when I first heard it, I didn't really like it that much. I was disappointed, and I came back to it years later and like, oh damn, I actually really like it now. I've also recently, as I read a review on a Slayer album that when I first heard, I didn't really think much of it. Christ Illusion, I think that's the name of it. I think that's the one where Dave Lombardo came back as the drummer. And damn, that sounded really good. Like, I really like that one, so I've been listening to that quite a few times. Or have listened to it quite a few times since I came across it again. Like, yeah, that's some good stuff. That is some good stuff right there. And then after moving in here, building furniture and cleaning things, moving things around. Hello, Documan. Lurk over on Twitch. Put on some good old... Yeah, Anna said she wanted to have something chill on. And so I put on good old Peppino de Agostino. I haven't listened to him in a long time. So Slipknot on Monday, huh? I have never seen them. That's another band my wife really likes. They're going to be here, I believe, with that Sacramento festival. I can't remember the name of it. But we will not be going because, well, hell, Iron Maiden's going to be playing that festival too. Still not going because we are not fans of festivals. That's too much. We're going to see Iron Maiden in Los Angeles, though, instead. Not in a festival. Alright, so let's see. Okay, that's right. So we're going to delete this, make that a tie. We're going to go down to this. Aftershock. Yep, that's the one. let's do that. Dun. Oh, it's cut off. There we go. You have a friend who only likes Slayer, but his favorite albums are Diabolus and God Hates Us All. Now that's interesting. You know, the first Slayer album I got was Raining Blood. I was like, holy crap. There was a second there, very brief moment, where I thought I might actually have Slayer as my favorite band instead of Iron Maiden. It was brief. It was brief. But then Diabolus and Musica was the second Slayer album I got, and I was like, what? It's like, what happened? What is this? Now, the first track is I really, really like. Off of Diabolus. There's a few good ones on there. It grew on me after a bit. A little bit too many riffs, like stuff like that. It's just like, okay, like it's too many people have done chromatic-y things like that, and there's a lot that, so it's just like, okay, and you guys can do better than that. Yeah, there's just no way I'm going to go to the only way I'm going to go to a festival is if I'm playing in it. That's it. Just playing in it. God Hates Us All, there's a lot of stuff on that album I really like. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things on there I really like. Okay, so how am I going to get out of this part? So that sounds more like the song, huh? Damn it. I like that better. Yeah, well, Pepe's got some ridiculously hard stuff. I remember you and I tried to play a lot of those things, and man, that guy is out a whole... Yeah, I cannot play Pepino. Not very much, anyway. I probably can't play anything now. I don't remember it. Still got the book, though. Still got the book. It's out in the living room right now. I think the CD's gone. But still got the book. That needs to be tied. So needs to go back into that to bring it back around, do the same thing again, I believe. Okay, so I'm going to take this, copy, paste it here. All right, so we will play that again. And that's still cut off, isn't it? Here. All right, let's hear what we got so far for our Trooper ripoff. Different. Okay. Let's see, what time is it? 4:43. Stream is scheduled to end in about 17 minutes. So we might just continue this next week. Thank you, Mr. Taylor. It's tempting to put a harmony on it. I don't know how involved I want to get with this. Maybe, perhaps depends on it. If we get people watching this and talking about it. It feels like I need a cough drop here. God damn. All right, so the next part of the song, for those that don't know, again, just following kind of what the song's doing there. So some kind of da 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 dum, da 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 dum, and it could be anything. It could be something like that, or just it could be that, or it could be that. It could be that. It could be that. It doesn't really matter. It's kind of like the whole. See, now I feel inspired to add like little things like that in between, because you got the vocals doing its thing. Which you can do if you come up with another idea. Like, if you're inspired by what the song does and you want to throw something else in there, I mean, you might as well do it. Because again, the idea with something like this is to practice your creative writing, right? So like, da, 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 da. Okay, maybe something like that. So going out of this part, so it would need to be... Let's see, so it'll be right here. We go chunk, 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 chunk. One, two, three, four. So 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and down. So 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and right. Da-na-na. What the hell would that be? 3 and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 1. Three and 4 and 1, 2, 3, 4 and 2. Okay, that's on the 2. And it does that again. And once again, that's cut off. There we go. Why is it cut off? I have the let ring. I mean, not let ring, the tie. Well, that's weird. There we go. What? That was very strange. Alright, so... Let's go up on that part. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. I'm getting ahead of myself here. Alright, so, because we haven't listened to that part of the song yet. Basically doing the harmony with the one guitar instead of having the other guitar. Alright, so listening to the actual song again, just for those who need to hear it.
So when you wait life, but you'll take my life, but I'll take yours too. You fire musket, but I'll run you through. So when you're waiting for the next attack, you better stand, there's no turning back. The bill of sounds, the times begin.
So we got that gallop going on. So something like that needs to happen. Going to the next part. So, kind of like that. Yeah, we're going to end the stream here in just a moment. After I get this next little piece put in there, we'll listen back to it again. Do some more next week. Ten. Let's get that in there. So 3 and 4 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and 1 and 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 1. Alright, that's what we got for now. Let's take one last listen. I won't be playing along with it this time. Let me close that. Alright, here we go. What we got of the Trooper rip-off so far. We need a better working title, though. Do that. That's so stupid. Why does it do that? Oh my god. For some reason the ties are failing. I mean, it looks correct, but it sounds dumb. That ain't how it's supposed to go. Freaking ruining it. From the top, one more time. Hopefully everything's okay now. Nice. Well, this is a lovely way to end it. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Perfect. I'll see you on Thursday. Not Thursday. Wednesday. See you on Wednesday. See you on Skype. Cool, man. Thank you. All right. Yeah, so we'll... plan is continue the do another stream next week, same time, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and yeah, we'll continue this songwriting idea. I'll try and promote what's going on here a bit more, see if we can get more people involved with listening, and see if they come up with their own stuff. And then try using a song I've never done before as inspiration. So, if anyone has a song that they would like me to use with this idea here, let me know. I can probably post that online too and have people submit some ideas. Alright. So, thanks again, Brian, for coming in for the super like. That was great. Mr. Taylor, I'll see you in 2 days. Definitely good to have you on, and Plastidon, of course. And there we go. All right. See you all next week.